work? Oh, it works. Oh, I'm not on the screen. Wait. I'm hatless. I'm like basically naked. There we go. What the fuck? I'm more off the screen than I was earlier. Oh my god, and chat isn't working. Guys. Guys, I'm gonna kill myself in real time. I'm so serious. Hold on. Let me fix this. Let me make it so you guys are here. Oh god, I can't even hear the fucking music. I'm gonna kill myself. This is transphobic. Okay. Hold on. URL. Why do you have to do this for every single YouTube stream? Guys, I don't know how YouTube streamers do this. I don't know how people... What the fuck? Okay. Where are we? Where are we? Wait, no. Wait. Where's the... Hold on. Well, oh my god. I keep clicking the wrong tabs today. Let's move this. Let's expand that. What the balls? Why is it so uneven? I could just move it on the screen. Did you guys know that? Stop, don't move like that. Okay, wait, and then let's enlargify myself. Yay! What's up, everybody? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. See, the scuff happens now, so later on, while we're reading, we don't get a mysterious message that's like, we need to take down Distortion Detective because we're also mistreating our writers. If it happens, I'll literally kill myself on stream. I'm not monetized, so I can say this stuff. Let's scare YouTube. Say some words nobody wants to say. Die. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, good morning, every pony. It's me, your local dude. I don't know. I don't know what I am. I don't have a VTuber species. I'm literally just some guy. That's literally just me. I'm just some guy. No money. Well, in my defense, last time I checked my statistics, they were updated July 26, and it says I'm 800 hours away from getting memberships. We'll redraw Distortion Detective, and we'll literally make up Distortion Detective in real time on our own. Trust. I've gotten through a decent amount of Distortion Detective, and then I got a job, and then I wanted to kill myself so bad I couldn't read Distortion Detective anymore. Yeah. So that happened. I feel like I'm also really small right now. Bonk, bonk. Okay, there we go. I am slightly larger. So yeah, that happened. Let's see. What happened? Also, yeah. So don't work retail. I might get a real job soon. And by real job, I mean doesn't pay minimum wage job. It's still part-time. This is under the assumption they actually accept me. I need to apply though. What else? Guess who's freaking sponsored by Pillow Pets and probably shouldn't have been saying die and kill myself and fuck like 3 minutes ago. Me, but I still need to send in my tax information by the end of the day, so I can't give information on that now. Yeah. Imagine working, says from workplace. Imagine working. I'm unemployed. This is my job. Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys are feeling particularly eepy, then you can buy Pillow Pets and use my code that I don't have yet, which I do have, but I don't think I'll get paid for it if tax information. Anyways, what else? I also got an energy drink sponsorship, but I still need to fill that out too. So that happened. Cynical is streaming right now. You can go watch them. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. I mean, like, we have chat rules for a reason, but whatever. Anyways, so, where was I? Yep, that's my app session over. Not really. What's up, guys? I hope we don't have a Leviathan 2.0 happen on us, because I'll literally cry in real time. I'd say that, but I haven't cried. I don't cry very often. I don't cry very often these days, to be honest. The most sleepy looking person gets sponsored by I have an energy drink right now. I was up at 6 a.m. I was up at 6 a.m. because my brother has marching band practice. So I had to like drive him over to school and be like, okay, bye. And then I had to pick up a cake from my friend. And now I'm here. So I've been up for 2 hours already and it's now 8 a.m. Usually I'm only up for like 30 minutes before stream starts. But here I am today at 8 a.m. Yeah. So if I seem extra, that's why. Yay! Anyways, Limb Company. No, this is the wrong company. This is Distortion Detective. Yeah. Don't you love just sitting here watching someone read? This is basically like, when you think about it, all Project Moon fans are children, you know? Cause there's like a number of you sitting here watching me read a fucking web novel when you think about it. This is like, you know, like in the library, the elementary school library, when you sat down and the librarian would be like, this is the Octonauts. They didn't read Octonauts because we weren't cool enough for Octonauts. They read like Dr. Seuss. Not to say Dr. Seuss is like bad. In fact, I'd actually rather they read Dr. Seuss to today's kids, why can the kids of today not read? But that's a whole other issue. We can talk societal problems later. But for now, oh, by the way, is everything stable? Because I was having like major internet problems yesterday. Like major internet problems, yeah, yesterday with my collab with Lux playing Lavani Corporation, wink wink, nudge nudge. Can you start reading? Let me talk. Let's see. So there's that. What else? Yeah, me and my cluster B. And the cluster B personality disorder. Sorry if I'm feeling mean today. I'm in a mood. I've been in a mood. So if I'm pissy today, it's mood plus bad drivers plus mood plus bad drivers. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Plus internet problems, plus a lot of other problems. So if I accidentally take it out on you guys, sorry, but also, you signed up for this. Haha. Would hot dogs be canon in the Project Moon universe? Thank you for the hopes, because, oh my god, guys, people suck major ass at driving. If you guys drive, please use your turn signals and use the right fucking lane. Oh my god. I'll get into that later, but like, oh my god, I hate almost dying when I'm following the rules and I am an upstanding citizen using my turn lanes properly. I hate driving. Anyways, Distortion Detective, my app's over for now. Teehee. Anyways, I can see the distortion, and the distortion can occur to anyone. I don't exactly know who coined the term distortion for the phenomenon, but people just started calling it that at some point. No one knows how it works, but the experience so far suggests that this phenomenon is a manifestation of strong emotional desires and explosive surges of feelings. The pianist, who, or rather which, wrecked? You know, you would think that in the 20 years I've been alive, I would know how to read this word properly, but here I am. Yap level catastrophic right now. If you keep complaining about it, I'll keep yapping. You can't stop me. The cons of being alive with 2012 internet humor. Here in Indonesia, driving is a free-for-all. I'm so scared, man. I like driving in the suburbs because it's very scary in the city, which is why I can't get a real job, because everything is in the city. I got a job offer to work in a casino. The problem is I don't like casinos. I mean, I like being inside of them. I don't like going to them if I'm the one who has to drive there. Casinos are scary, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyways, where are we? Wreaked havoc on District 9 is known as one of the most notable cases of the distortion. Not many are aware that smaller cases of the distortion are happening here and there across the city even now. A person turning into a fish and another one's eyes being dyed with the hues of the sky are two such examples. This is just like My Hero Academia. Oh wait, where is everything? Okay, the distortion appears to me as visual distortions in a literal sense. Although I can see them, they aren't tangible. In the case of the person whose upper body gradually turned into that of a fish, I could clearly observe scales growing on their body. Yet when I touched their skin, I could only feel the soft sensation of normal human skin. Hearing this much, one might think the distortion is merely an illusion. Well, that would mean I'm simply delusional and suffering from hallucinations. However, I've taken up this job because that is not the case. I am chasing after the distortion. It's secretive yet explicit, and it proceeds slowly. For example, the fish person I mentioned earlier, who was dubbed the merfolk, underwent gradual changes such as having their eyes protrude, gills appear, and scales grow out of their skin. When their upper body almost completely morphed into the form of a fish, the change physically manifested in a moment's notice. What the balls? Only then could others see what had become of the merfolk and physically feel the fishy features of their body. The merfolk, case number 5, was originally a villager in District 19's fishing hamlet who was subject to constant abuse. It seemed that they spent most of their time staring into the Great Lake, yearning to escape from their current life. My conclusion is that they desired to be free from their agonies and saw the lake as a getaway, and that strong longing for water ultimately distorted them into the merfolk. This is so book Ishmael pilled. This really is so like Ishmael pilled. First stream, first impression is very epic. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, I feel like I know this might just be coincidence, but I seriously cannot help but think of Ishmael. Like, in another universe, Ishmael could have turned into merfolk because, high key, this is exactly how Moby Dick starts. I'm so serious. I could literally read chapter 1 of Moby Dick right now, and I'll be like, this is for real. Hold on. I have the freaking copy. By the way, guys, if you can't afford Moby Dick, there's a whole website online called Power Moby Dick that has all of the book on it, plus annotations. If you are simply, your vocabulary is too modern. Chapter 1 is kind of long. I'm not gonna read chapter 1 of Moby Dick in real time, but just know it's basically, my name is Ishmael, life sucks, I think people should look at water so they're not suicidal anymore. Hey, I should look at water so I'm not suicidal anymore. Time to go! And that was it. Ishmael. Anyways, where are we? Of course, there are many other complicated factors involved, but I'll omit the details since the merfolk is not the main subject of my story. My work is to look out for cases of the distortion and prevent them. In fact, the progress of the distortion varies for each person. Ever since I gained this ability to see omens of the distortion with my eyes, I cannot see a single person who is not distorted in one way or another. Today my thesis will overview how Distortion Detective is truly Ishmael. Oh gosh. Me staring at Ishmael and Ezra like, do I have a type? Anyways. Once again, I don't have a deeper understanding of the phenomenon or anything. I simply started seeing it one day, and can notice it earlier than others. Since I can see the signs in advance, I do my best to warn people to take preventative measures before it manifests. That is my job. I was hired by a firm that had lost several of its staff to the so-called Ascension incident and sought out the employees whose eyes were filled with the sky's colors. The firm advised them to wear sunglasses. The idea to give them sunglasses so that they couldn't keep the scenery of the sky in their eyes was so outlandish it made me chuckle. The sky no longer being blue for them didn't have much positive impact on their boring lives, but at least they didn't evaporate anymore. The people who used to look up at the sky started looking down instead. Perhaps they still wanted to get closer to the sky by going up to the rooftop, or maybe they were just one of the many who chose to jump to death. The city isn't too interested in what happens after a case has been solved. All they need to know is if the deaths are understandable or not. I'm not a charity worker, so I don't bother looking into the cases of the distortion. I wasn't asked to investigate either. This is just like real life with actual mental health. You go to the mental hospital and they're like, oh, you want to kill yourself? Okay, we'll tie your hands up and make sure you don't have access to sharp things and keep you here for 3 days. And we're not actually going to help you with anything. But after that, after your 3 days, you can go home now. Bye! So that happened. Yeah. You know, there are various times where I feel like I should have gone to the mental hospital, but I haven't. And there are various times where people who have gone have been like, yeah, I don't know why you haven't gone. You kind of need to stop trying to kill yourself every day. And I'm like, I know. I'm really silly. Anyways, case 13, balloon people. This case was rather explosive. I titled this case Balloon People because people's heads quite literally expanded like balloons until they went pop. This cold explosion would cover everything within a 10-meter radius with blood and blow to pieces everyone in its range as well. A company in Oakhor's Nest finally asked for my help after suffering 5 instances of these balloon people. After some investigation, I found out that all occurrences of this distortion had one thing in common. They all worked in the service industry. So you're telling me if I worked at my retail job for like another 2 months, I would have turned into a balloon and like exploded everything in the store? Actually, I think that would have been funny. I think it'd be funny if me and all my coworkers who hated working that job, and by all of them, I mean literally all of them, like literally every single one of my coworkers. The only, like, we should have unionized, high key. We should have unionized because working that job sucked. At first the pay was like, oh, this is good, and then my state changed minimum wage, and then suddenly I was going from making $4 above federal minimum wage, $2 above state wage, to making exactly minimum state wage. Teehee. Anyways, I feel like you're gonna find a way for YouTube to demonetize you even though you aren't monetized. Well, womp womp, they should have cracked down on the problem earlier. Teehee. What did I say? What if I just say dye as in dyeing my hair? I got blue hair and pronouns. Hey, hi! We are halfway through part 1 of Distortion Detective. Yeah. We keep getting sidetracked by me going, I'm gonna kill myself. Anyways, don't work minimum wage retail at specific discount stores in America that I shan't name the name of. To interpret a distortion, you need to combine multiple pieces of evidence. This process consists of 4 steps: cause, explanation, understanding, and acknowledgement. First, investigate the possible causes of the distortion and construct a clear explanation that covers the causal relationship in a convincing manner. Then make the subject understand why they are going through the distortion and have them acknowledge that they could fully distort at this rate. If all of these steps succeed, the case is closed. The distortion is considered solved if the subject regresses to a form that looks human enough to me. Those who become the balloon people used to work in emotionally intense fields such as delivery carriers, nurses, and call center clerks. I'm going to become a call center clerk. Particularly, call center clerks had the largest average explosion radius of 16 meters. Some inquiries reveal that another company had subcontracted, long words, all customer service calls to one call center. The clerk's job was to record the claims from clients and send those records to that company. The problem lay in this process. The call center clerks lacked any expertise in the subjects of those complaints, yet they had to endure heaps of insults from the clients, even though there was no use lashing out at them. The clerks were treated like emotional garbage cans, hearing all kinds of abusive language and even threats from clients. That's such an L. That's such an L. Are Project Moon novels enjoyable? Yes. Can you imagine the plot in your head? Yes. Can you rage and smoke copium due to frustration against injustice? Yes. If yes, good. New obsession. Hell yeah. You know what? This reminds me of like my old job as a cashier. Oh my god, it sucked so bad because a lot of our clientele was old people. My brother Eric worked in a place like that once. Me and your brother Eric are going to turn into balloon people and like totally explode the service industry. Yeah, guys, if you ever work anywhere, don't work as a cashier. I'm so serious. Unless you are like really good with people. Like, don't work as a cashier. It sucks. I hated being a cashier so bad. People are so entitled. Oh my god, this one lady, my last week of working, this one lady, I don't remember what exactly happened, but she was like, well, shouldn't you know this? Because blah blah blah. Why don't you? Oh wait, it was because we couldn't take the carts outside. That might give away where I used to work, but I don't give a shit. Basically, we were like, oh, sorry, the carts can't go outside. And she was like, what do you mean the carts can't go outside? Why can't we take the carts outside? I'm like, it's just store policy, ma'am. And she's like, well, why not? Are you guys too lazy to just go outside and fetch the carts? Like, is that it? You guys just don't want to fetch the carts? And I'm sitting there like, it's fucking nationwide store policy. It's not just this specific store or this specific state. And like, also, here where I live, it gets up to like 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, pardon me for not wanting to go out in 120 degree Fahrenheit heat. For my non-Americans, hold on, 120 FC. Yeah, it gets to like 49 degrees Celsius here, and Girly was like, why can't you just go out and get the carts? Because it's 49 degrees Celsius outside. Why why would I want to do that? Like, look me in the eye, lady, and tell me I look like someone who can handle heat. I can't. And then I was like, well, it's just store policy, ma'am. Well, I got pissed at some point, and I'm sitting there with my customer service voice, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, ma'am. Well, I don't really exactly know the reason why we can't just go outside and get the things. It's just store policy, and we have to follow it. I just work here. And she's like, well, shouldn't you know this because you work here? And I'm sitting there like, I haven't gotten promoted in a year. Literally, fuck off, lady. I could take your items and smash them in your face, but I am just such a grateful, forgiving person. I'm not doing that. Anyways, I hate customer service, guys. Don't ever work customer service. Watch me distort into the balloon people in real time. Pow! Where are we? Insults, garbage cans, yeah. Service workers are compelled to put on a smile and a cheery voice while being a punching bag for others, having no way to vent out their own distress. This is true. Such stress would naturally accumulate over time. This resulted in their heads inflating like balloons, all the while they maintained a facade of serenity. I'm not maintaining any facade. I mean, I kind of am, but I'm being professional about it by not explicitly calling people out. Wink. They'd end up exploding once their stress reached a breaking point. From that point, my work is simple. I made a list of clerks whose heads appeared inflated to me and sent that to the company. Those clerks then lost their jobs because that's definitely gonna help them. The company didn't bother investing any time or effort into shrinking their heads. My work often ends before I can enter the stages of understanding and acknowledgement. Simply interpreting the distortion doesn't resolve the fundamental issue. Their stress is bound to explode in one way or another. However, such matters didn't concern my clients much. All they cared about was maintaining this abnormal status quo and evading responsibility for the distortion, not the cause behind it. I suppose the same can be said of me. I can't help but keep thinking that we are all missing something important. I believe I'll be chasing after the distortion for a while, as every single thing appears distorted to my eyes. Right now I'm looking into a mirror. To my eyes, I'm the only one who doesn't appear distorted. In a world full of distorted people, could the one person who remains unchanged be the distorted one? As I look at all the distorted people, the distorted streets, and this distorted city, I come to think that maybe the whole world is distorted. I can't fathom what would happen once the distortion of this world continues and reaches a critical point. This is foreshadowing. This is totally foreshadowing for Limbus Company. Limbus Company. La 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 la. Until then, I'll stay ever vigilant for the distortion. I am the distortion detective. Sick outro. Oh wait, no, there's more. We can't sick outro yet. Oh wait, no, that is it. This is just any subscription or fan. Moses. Teehee. Moses. Okay. Teehee. Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Please load the page. Okay. You idiot. I quietly murmured, grinding my teeth. Ezra had done it again. I told her numerous times not to ask sensitive questions to the subject of the distortion. Ezra then whispered to me, Detective, what do we do? Sorry, Chef. My niece isn't very streetwise yet, you see. Oh, you lovely young sprout. What do you mean with detective? Are you seeing stuff again? Poor little thing. So you were just a couple of nut jobs. If you disrupt my business with bollocks again, I'm gonna call security, the master chef yelled. although this restaurant was too small and shabby for such luxurious titles. Yes, I'll teach my little gal here to behave. Are you insane? Did you really have to say out loud? Wow, the food here is just as disgusting as the sanitation. Who taught you to cook? In a small restaurant that's not seeing too many guests? But it really did taste horrible. You think we're here to enjoy the food? You're supposed to carefully look around for clues. Just cram the food in your mouth before the chef finds it suspicious. This food has got to be the cause of the disappearance. I bet the revolting taste drove them crazy and made them wander off. I'm cutting your salary. What? By 25%? Detective, please! I took a pipe out of my inner coat pocket. The case may be stuck for the moment, but it should end well somehow. With such optimism, I started smoking. I'm a fixer from District 14, a decently experienced grade 5 currently working for 7, the association specializing in intelligence and investigation operations. I solve mysteries for a living, though most of these unsolved cases are about the distortion anyway. The city still seems to be mostly clueless about the distortion. I simply jumped into this budding niche earlier than others thanks to my cursed talent, seeing people's distortions. So, what did the chef look like to you, detective? The lower half of their body was that of a snake, and hands were attached on its tails. It had about 7 tails, if I remember correctly. Yeah. What about their upper body? Was it human? Yep, I could see a human in a filthy chef's uniform. Does that mean the distortion has progressed by about half? Maybe a little manifest in a week or so? It could very well happen tonight, judging from the circumstances. The mouth on one of the tails was salivating and twitching quite intensely. Anyway, we're dealing with a reptilian, right? Let's see. Stigma workshop product would work. You always pick expensive gadgets. The pattern of the distortion has been changing lately. The manifestations are getting faster. No, to be precise, the distortion has started to manifest even while people are unconscious. That's right, their bodies distort in their sleep. This seems to happen with the people who are half distorted from what I can see. A sloppy monster can only cause sloppy trouble. This is why Association gave my office a request. People have been disappearing at night inside a certain hotel in the area that the Association has been safeguarding. Recording was forbidden in the back streets of District 14, so there's no video footage available. Why so? Interesting. The hotel has only 2 entrances, the main gate and the back door through the kitchen. None of the missing guests were seen leaving through their main gate. The hotel wasn't assaulted by a syndicate either, which was obvious considering that the Zwei were in charge of that area. Detective, maybe something's really up with the kitchen. Its chef was the most distorted person around, so it's plausible. The sun sets and night falls. We infiltrated the hotel restaurant. The fairy I spent a fortune on enters the keyhole and opens the door for us. Sometimes singularities feel much more like monsters than the half-baked creatures born from the distortion. Whoa, are they having a party or something? What are they eating? Under a red light, skinless hunks of flesh were sitting around the table, eating something. The only dish on the table was something that looked like a large leather sack. They each grab something from the sack and eat it. The putrid smell stings my nose. My mind falters for a moment. I've been ignoring you. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. Oopsie. Teehee. Do I have life on right now? I don't have life on. There's no life on. I'm just hatless. Yeah. Let's see. If she can see people's distortions, it means like Adam said, everyone's already distortion. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, name one person who's truly mentally healthy, like even in real life. I think the idea is that she can see the symptoms before they fully distort because the effects of the light affected everyone. That also makes sense. That's true. In the context of everything else, that makes sense. In real life, let's be honest though, who truly is not without problem? Like, even people who are comfortable are like dealing with financial issues and are like, God, this sucks. Even like nurses who make a bunch of money they have to deal with like really crazy shit too. Like, oh my God, I have so many nurse friends, or at least nursing major friends, who are like, hey, I hate clinicals. Some of these people really suck, but I need money. And like, you know, financial burdens, familial burdens, emotional burdens. I think in these days, financial burden is probably like the one that people are most suspect to. There also is the whole thing about everyone becoming more lonely, especially in America where we're so driven by cars, pun not intended. And also the fact that people fucking suck at driving. Use your turn signals. Oh my God. So yeah, there's that. Oh my God, Carmen. Carmen in chat. Carmen, who's mentally healthy, in chat. Okay, where are we? They each grab something from the sack and eat it. The putrid smell stings my nose. My mind falters for a moment. Nom 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 nom. We're hungry. We're crying and we're hungry. Turn around. Don't look at the thing they're eating. Don't breathe. This is driving me mad, detective, but it looks so cozy in there. It looks like a bedroll. You'll be eaten and turned into manure once you get in that bedroll. Dot, 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 dot. Ezra was completely entranced. I smacked her in the chest as quietly as I could. Ugh. I gave Ezra a handkerchief so she could cover her nose. Keep it tight. We're heading to the kitchen now. Leaving behind the feast, we crawled toward the kitchen. A long line of people waited in front of it. Those were the people reported to be missing. They enter the kitchen one by one, and then human-shaped flesh chunks walk out, each carrying a leather sack. They bring it to their table and eat from it. The food that bewitches people, huh? What could they be eating, detective? It's time to find out. Get ready, assistant. Ezra took a stigma workshop out of her bag. I'm so scared I'm gonna, eventually start reading stigma as sigma without meaning to. I pulled out my smoking pipe. The door leading to the kitchen is wide open. People lining up for their sack pay no attention to us. They're simply mumbling to themselves. We proceed slowly. We're going in. I can hear the sound of kitchenware at work. The chef is busy cooking something, holding multiple cooking utensils with the hands that are on their tails. What could they be cooking? What are they feeding those people with? Detective, people are bowing to the chef to show their heads. The chef is splitting them open and taking something out. It doesn't look like a brain. They aren't extracting the brain itself. They're pulling something out of it. Could it be thoughts? How's that possible? That's what distortion is all about. Unseeable things are materialized. That means they're giving away their thoughts to the chef so the chef can cook them, and the chef also peels their skin to use as the sack. That's pretty wicked. My eyes met the chef's gaze. Hey, you're the insane bunch I saw earlier today. If you want to eat, then line up. The taste's gonna be nothing like the stuff you ate before. What are you feeding these people? I'm giving them what they want. I cook thoughts. People these days don't even know what they're thinking, so they need someone else to cook those thoughts up and feed them. You've already killed people. A case of the distortion that is capable of murder would be, according to the standards of our office setup, a risk level 3 distortion. Kill? They aren't dead. They're having a feast, don't you see? Ordinary food isn't enough to make people happy anymore. You gotta know who you are and what kind of world you're living in to truly savor the flavor. This is almost like a cheap urban myth. You've gone too far. Ah, detective! The fleshy things in the restaurant all came in here! You just haven't tried it yet. I'll show you how your thoughts taste. Ezra, take them down. The Stigma Workshop sword emits an orange glow. The wire on its blade heats up. Each time Ezra swings the sword, one of the hunks of flesh falls to the floor. The heated wire leaves beautiful symbols through the section it slices. A trademark feature of not Sigma, Workshop's products. The smell of burnt... The small? Oh my god, I'm reading every other word wrong except for stigma. The one I expected to read wrong. The smell of burnt meat soon fills the kitchen. A sentient case of the distortion that willingly harms others is ultimately subjected to termination. We sometimes encounter distortions that we can't take down on our own, but most of them can still be dealt in some manner. This kind is especially simple. Have you tried your own cooking then? Self-contradiction. Distortions that damage others while claiming to care for them are bound to face irony. Haha, that's me. ... So you're feeding others with a dish you haven't even tried yourself? What makes you so confident in its taste, huh? My cooking has to be tasty. All the customers looked sad and sulky even when I served them with the most delicious food before. That's because they didn't think for themselves. You can tell if the food is tasty just from a person's face. Someone who doesn't try their own cooking isn't a real chef. Fine, I'll eat it. I'll eat my own food. There we go. That's the spirit of a true chef. The chef splits open their own head. They put their hand into their brain and pulled out something glowy. As soon as the chef was done taking all the thoughts out, they collapsed onto the floor. Just like that, the chef passed away before they could taste their own thoughts. So basically, the goal is that if someone has NPD, you make them kill themselves. So basically, if I distorted, Moses would have to look me in the eye and be like, die. And I'd be like, okay, sorry Moses, and then I'd slit my neck and die. Detective, I took care of them all. I'm done with my share too. Should we contact the Y Association now? Yeah, just write up a short report. They won't believe all this fuss about cooking thoughts anyways. I'll go get some sleep first. Got it! Good morning, Detective Moses. You're a bit later than usual today, huh? Yeah, the line at Hum Hum Pum Pum was long today. Guess everyone wants to check it out since it's the first to open in the north of the city. Oh, Hum Hum Pum Pum. Did you just get some for me too? Yeah, I got one for you just in case. You liked mustard, right? Hey, mustard flavor's great. The Zwei sent us the reward just now. That quick? It only took them a day, but they scamped the paperwork. Anyway, to sum up this case, it was about an unappreciated cook who wanted to bring joy to the people in their own twisted way. It was a crude story. We've had to deal with the distortion on our own a lot more often these days. Where was the flow there? Now that I think about it. Why are the Wings and the other associations so passive about it? Monsters are actually appearing. Because none of them were noteworthy enough to even be an urban plague. Well, the pianist being the sole exception. Still, shouldn't someone do something about this? It's like a ticking time bomb. I've had a lot more people die to syndicates than to the distortion. By the way, you're not actually gonna get my salary, are you? That stupid chef's food really was the cause. You try using that good memory for something better. I can hear you. What the next chapter holds. This room is breathing. I can feel its respiration, its beat. No one knows how many people this room has devoured. A dying elderly person stands before me. A lonely old person whose breath is fainter than the room's. Forgotten by others, this aged person has brought and taken in people. As the doddering, that's a word, one faded from everyone's memory, so too did the people they took in. I'm hungry. I should eat cake later. Let's see. A detective office for unsolved cases located in a 3-story building somewhere in the streets of District 14. It's a mystery how people manage to find their way to my humble office. There's rumors of a haunted alleyway. People who pass by it disappear. How do they disappear exactly? Ezra asked curiously. No one knows who disappeared or how. All we know is that someone disappeared somehow. Then it's either a memory manipulator or a reality warper. But detective, I thought reality warpers only existed in your theories. This might as well be our opportunity to see one for the first time. What's this all about? Ah, it's just our jargon. Where did they go missing, by the way? Ezra changed the topic before the client could ask further. It's somewhere around the Plaza of Cherished Hopes. That's not too far from here. How did you know that people went missing? Used vehicles and objects were found abandoned in the street, like bicycles and cars. And most of all, the furniture in my attic was sorted as if someone had been living there until today. That means one of your family members has disappeared. Huh? But there's only 3 people in my family and they're all fine. Me, my husband, and my child. We'll see if we investigate it. What if there really was another family member I've forgotten like you said? And if they're dead, the culprit should be killed. That's rather stern. Well then, we should start discussing the request fee. Ezra's eyes sparkled as she spoke. I left the financial management of our office to her. She has enough wits to figure out how serious or tough a request will be, so I can trust her to lead negotiations like this. Yep. Me and my impeccable reading skills. Yeah, most people didn't know about the reverberation ensemble. Yeah. 1 second. Caffeine. Mustard is real in Project Moon. That's crazy. I think I might burp. Hold on. Let me mute. Okay, unmuted. You're not getting burps today. I don't like the sound of burps, so if anyone else doesn't like them, good, because I hate them. Anyways, blah 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 blah. I head out to the terrace while Ezra and the client were busy bargaining. I smoke from my pipe, feeling the acrid breeze of the back streets. Still, this air is much clearer compared to the messy atmosphere during the smoke war. Distorted creatures walk the streets as always. Wondering how long I'll be doing this, I puff tobacco smoke. Detective! I'm done writing the contract. The client went back to her home. Plaza of Cherished Hopes, was it? Get ready. Yes, Chief! Do I bring the usual gadgets? Ezra asked as she stuffed equipment into her dimensional bag. Sure. I walk along the street with Ezra. The time is 2 p.m. Ta-da! Here we are at the Plaza of Cherished Hopes. What do we do now? Wait till the night falls? This case appears to be a location-type distortion. Judging from the client's description, a powerful distortion can affect its surroundings as well, assimilating nearby objects into it. We should look for any distorted buildings. But only you can see those weird buildings, Detective. What can I do? See if there's abandoned bikes around here, maybe. Windows with eyes, apartments floating in the air, doors with teeth, rooms filled with water. There are a lot more distorted buildings than it seems. It would be quite a sight if they manifest all at once. So buildings can distort? You're telling me the distortion effect isn't limited to just people? That's crazy. My hand hurts. Oh my god. This is such a caffeine moment. Guys, if I have a heart attack on stream, can you clip it? I can't believe that buildings are depressed. You know, this happens in Magical Girl Raising Project. You guys should get into Magical Girl Raising Project. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Wink wink wink. Nudge nudge nudge. Magical Girl Raising Project is peak, but I still need to get like the 4th book, but I can't find it. Anyway, actually, hold on. I read the 1st book, 2nd book. Yeah, I need to get the 4th book, but I can never find it. I can only find like books in the double digits, and I'm like, bruh. But I don't want to read like fan translations. Like, I think fan translators are cool. I'm a fan translator. I was for Cloakwista, but then the thing is, I would like to support the author, like, you know, directly. And also, I kind of suck at reading ebooks, unless it's specifically Octonauts ebooks, in which I will clear them. I love Octonauts, guys. You guys should get into Octonauts, please. Watch the anime. I need to read the manga, dude. I haven't read the manga. I watched the anime. How it went was I read the light novel, then I watched the anime, and then I read the 2 preceding light novels. So right now, like, I'm at the point where I think Poofle? I can't believe her name is pronounced Poofle. Her name is Poofle. Is pronounced Poofle. I can't believe, like, Poofle. That's such a good name, but also you would not expect her name to be like pronounced like that. I thought it was Piffle. Anyways, guys, hold on. We digress because I want to show you guys Magical Girl Raising Project 2. Oh my gosh, guys. The designs are so peak. Hold on. There's this sheet for 2. Like, guys, they're so peak. I love Magical Girl Raising Project. Oh my god. I love Peso. I have a plushie of Peso somewhere in my room. I love Peso. Peso's so good. But I prefer American dub Peso because British dub Peso doesn't feel right. Magical Girl Raising Project. Anyways, my fave was Shadowgale personally. And back when I was like 13 when I first read this, and I was like in a thing with someone, I was their Shadowgale and they were my Puffle, and the times have changed and I would consider myself more Puffle than Shadowgale, but oh my god, guys, dude, they're so peak. I love Mashed Wonder. Wait, there's one of them is based off Herman Melville. Wait, one of these, I can't remember who, but one of them is, hold on guys, I need we digress. Magical one of them is based off see this one. Melville, that's her, like, Herman Melville is her namesake, I'm pretty sure. So Melville, anyways. Okay, enough about peak. We move on to other peak. Ruler was so good. I also loved the Bard. Oh my gosh. I was in a Magical Girl Raising Project cosplay group once a few years ago. I was Snow White. Teehee. Anyways, windows with eyes. Okay, we read that part. Now which building to investigate first? Okay. I don't have any specific criteria set in mind. Some deduction and intuition are all it usually takes to figure it out words. This one is a case of the distortion that devours people whole. The victims are soon forgotten by others. Why were they attracted to that distortion? I need the profiles of the missing people, but if no one knows who disappeared, it'll be difficult to figure out their common traits. Ezra, look for a place around here that provides goods or services for free. What? For free? Does that kind of place even exist? Preferably a place where people who don't have a job would go. And that is why it's easier to figure it out. The distortions of the city are actually rather simple to understand. Ah, there it is. A place called Lumiere's Soup Kitchen. Is it sponsored by anyone? Nope, it seems to be run by an individual. Lead me there. People who are destined to be forgotten in the city will naturally be attracted to free meals. Isn't this a photo studio? What? It looks like a worn-out tent, though. It's a distortion. Does that really look like a photo studio to you, detective? Mm-hmm. An age studio. So this is the Soup Kitchen, right? Yep. The description says they give away free meals to children or the elderly who are too poor to afford anything else. Do we use the ferry to enter? Uh-huh. Don't you know how expensive it is to recharge the ferry? This is just an ordinary tent camp. All we gotta do is walk in. I asked because I'm seeing a door sealed with a lock. I don't like how you talk back. I'll be cutting off your salary. What? I'm just kidding. Aren't you having too much fun with that? It shakes my heart, even if it's a joke. Say, should we wait till night? We can interfere with the distortion that's manifested this much already. What are we waiting for then? Hold on, you shouldn't just barge into a closed-off section of someone else's mind. I walked up to the door and gently knocked on it. Soon enough, the door was unlocked. Let's get inside. What did you just do? The entrance opened up on its own. I simply showed courtesy. I simply showed courtesy. You told me not to use the ferry or anything, so all I could do was knock on the locked door. A photo studio set up inside the wooden building. The whole building exudes the smell of hardwood, and large frames fill up the walls. Wow, it's much bigger on the inside. Now I see why you said it looks like a photo studio, detective. I guess it's visible to you now. Could those photos on the walls be the missing people? Perhaps. Each frame held a picture of corpses, various photographs of dead people. One common feature is that they all died indoors. You guys ever think about how terrifying, like, this must be without the anime-esque, like, art style? Like, the art style is very good. But do you ever think about how, like, absolutely, like, bone-chilling it must be to, like, walk into a photo studio, you're like, oh my gosh, yay, photo studio, or just like you want free soup and you're like, yay, free soup, then you walk in and then like you get all these crime scene pictures. That's kind of like, that'd be kind of spooky, not gonna lie, especially if you were alone. These guys aren't alone, they have each other. Yay, I love them. Anyways, the room is breathing. I can feel its respiration, its beats. No one knows how many people this room has devoured. A dying elderly person stands before me, a lonely old person whose breath is fainter than the room's. Forgotten by others, this aged person has brought and taken in people. As the doddering one faded from everyone's memories, so too did the people they took in. Not a single person knows them. They were here, dying all alone. You guys ever think about how society treats, like, old people? Like, I know earlier, literally, like, 20 minutes ago, I was like, guys, I hate old people, but it's like I only hate the old people who are mean, which is like not a lot of them, and like most of the time old people are mean because there's usually something going on with them. It's like I feel bad afterwards, but also it's like, man, maybe you shouldn't start being the poopy head when you know, I'm just trying to live. Like, we're all just trying to live. Why do we gotta be mean to each other and like whatever, you know? I say this as if I'm not a Twitter user. Anyways, yeah, the whole topic of like the aging population and how ignored they are by society has come up a lot in my English classes. Funny. It's not funny. This is a place of memorial. A person whose head turned into a camera greeted us from behind. Skibbity toilet? Isn't this skibbity toilet? The four lenses on their head rotated disorderly, fixing their gaze onto me. Yikes! Surprised, Ezra fell on the floor. I remember each person in their photograph. I take pictures of them and frame them. Who are you? I'm a photographer. I believe I should be the one asking who you two are, in fact. This is Moses the Distortion Detective, and I'm the talented sidekick Ezra. And I'm gonna pee myself because I'm Ezra now. I got a call, so I'm lost on how we got to crime scene pictures, but apparently soup is a thing. It sure is. It sure is a thing. Let's see. She speaks with confidence, revealing our identity so shamelessly. I got me close to distorting the soup or the skibbity toilet mention or the topic of elderly abuse by society. There's a lot of things going on. Don't stream if we're what's it called? If you have ADHD. Actually do stream if you have ADHD. I'm not stopping you. I have ADHD. I'm diagnosed, by the way. I'm diagnosed by a therapist, not a psychiatrist, but nonetheless diagnosed. Anyways. The second one, it's skibbity toilet because wait, there's like camera guys in skibbity toilet, right? Wait, skibbity toilet camera. Who's skibbity toilet girl? What are these? Skibbity toilet film girl song syndrome. Will be mine TV girl Riz minion. What are these search results? Did you pass your reading skill check? We haven't gotten taken down yet, so see, the problem is the media reference I wasn't expecting to make today was skibbity toilet, but unironically, hold on, camera, see, look, guys, see, this isn't Distortion Detective. Distortion Detective predicted skibbity toilet. Why are we talking about skibbity toilet? It's my fault. She speaks with confidence, revealing our identity so shamelessly. We're fixers. We actually got a request about recent cases of disappearance. So they do realize that some people have gone missing. What's the point of it all, though? They were already treated like invisible people even before they disappeared. Did you lure them here with free meals to kill them? Ezra questions the person while looking at them with suspicion. No, I didn't. I'm simply remembering the people who are bound to be forgotten. like Mrs. Agnes over there. Agnes, I don't know. I take pictures of them so that they can be memorialized. In this room. I'm hungry. The old person standing before us must be Agnes. She's staring at the pictures hanging on the wall, letting out heavy breaths. There's so many people who die alone. I realize that as I work, so I want to remember them. What, we're kidnapping people? No, not at all. My work was accompanied by an awful stench. When its neighbors report the smell, I go and retrieve the body. So you are a mortician who usually dealt with people that died lonely deaths. Yes, my work was to look for such bodies in the streets of District 14 and direct funerals for them, as part of the welfare plans of Encore's Nest. I've arranged funerals for 253 people and not a single mourner showed up at all of them. I decided to take one last photograph of the dead before I retrieved their bodies so that at least I could remember them. This one's kind of sad. The other one was like, the other distortion that they dealt with was really bruh, but like this one makes me sad. I'm so sorry for like making all of you collectively distort the skibbity toilet. Fish mayo. Fish mayo. Fish mayo. Fish mayo. They should make like a new sandwich at Hum Hum Pong Pong. They might have this. They should have a sandwich at Hum Hum Pong Pong that's tuna salad, so you can have fish and mayo. Fish mayo. You know, that reminds me, this library I like to go to has a coffee shop, and they have a Melville tuna. The problem is I don't like tuna sandwiches, but I like Herman Melville, and I like tuna. I just don't like tuna sandwiches. So I'm like, every time I go there, I'm like, should I get a tuna sandwich? But then I'm like, no, I don't like tuna. And the cons of previously working in a sandwich shop. Gyat's gyat and Riz is Riz. That's terrible. Gyat's gyat and Riz is Riz. And if you want to say 2:30 a.m. Of course that's a realization someone makes at 2:30 a.m. This really was a stream. Anyways, so you weren't running this soup kitchen from the beginning? I got fired. Encore's Nest said they didn't need a useless undertaker like me. Funerals are for the living, after all. I'd meet the same fate since I don't have anyone to remember me. For a life to be meaningful, the memories have to be passed on somehow. So we've decided to remember each other. Remember that we existed and lived in this city. You're distorted. What you've been doing is kidnapping people coming to your tent for free meals. Nothing more. You aren't one to decide whether they'll die alone or not. But it's obvious. It's so apparent that they'll all die in their own rooms, abandoned and forgotten by all. We'll remember each other, and we'll be forgotten in peace. We have the right to not be neglected by everyone so ruthlessly. And rob the people who still do remember them of their memories. You just kidnapped people who were in the same shoes as you, because you yourself were afraid of being forgotten. You took away their chances to be remembered. The lenses of their heads started rotating all of a sudden. Whee! I dodged to the side as soon as I heard the sound of something starting to run. Snap! I fell on my knees and faltered on the floor. My whole body feels numb and sharp pain strikes my head. Detective! Stay away from the lens. Don't let it take a full picture of you. The sounds of the lens rotating and the film being reloaded can be heard. When it takes a photo of someone, it draws out something from that person. I feel a acute twinge all over my body, as if numerous spikes were stabbing me. I remember a few that inflicted this kind of pain. Ezra, I'm putting up a smoke screen. Yes, Chief! I took out the smoke pipe from my coat and blew it out as hard as possible. Shh. The smoke covers the whole room. Wee, snap, wee, snap, wee, snap. The camera flash goes off in random directions with each snap. Detective, what are we gonna do now? Huff. The type that shouldn't be allowed to see. I mustn't let it contain us in its sight. What's in your bag today? The usual. Stigma Workshop sword, Hallis Workshop gloves, Quarry gloves, Nestor hammer, and throw the Quarry gloves at me. Got it. Only Ezra can see me through this thick smoke. A pair of sky blue gloves flew across the room, and I snatched them right away. I put on the gloves and slammed the wall with my hand. The wall begins to freeze over. Snap, snap. I took a deep breath in through my pipe. Whee! The smoke that had filled the room is sucked back into the pipe. A shiny wall of ice reveals itself. Snap, bro is Shoto Todoroki. Bro is Shoto Todoroki. Distortions seem cool, but they're usually depressing. I mean, the point is that they are depression. Depression? The point is that they are depressing rather than cool, because it is like a person at their lowest point, and like, you know, I definitely would have distorted many a time. Manager, there are multiple distortions. Dead employees and insane employees. Please save us. But did you meet the energy quota today? I thought so. Let's see. Snap. The lens flashed, taking a picture of its own reflection on the icy wall. Crack. The photographer fell down, cracks showing up on its head and lenses. Huff. You made others be forgotten because you didn't want to sink into oblivion alone. Perhaps. Maybe I was the only one who had completely lost their chance to be remembered after all. How many people have you locked in here? 57. Can you recover them? Yes, I can. Then your life is spared at least. Bring them back now. But who will be there to remember me now? We will. Thank you. The photographer's head returned to normal, only a single eye retaining the shape of a lens. The studio regressed to a tent, now full of people. The distortion was solved. We found the missing family member. He's the one, right? The client doesn't look too happy. Oh, yeah, my father's back. No wonder I forgot. Well then, shall we transact the remainder? Ezra counted the money with a smile, while the client and her father headed back looking depressed. No one would welcome the outcome of this request. They'd have much preferred to just forget about the people who eventually made it back. They murmured to themselves about how they wished those people to disappear forever. I later heard that 58 people's worth of smoke quietly billowed out of crematoriums in the back streets of Ankor's Nest one day. And I simply remember. Any subscriptions or financial support will be greatly appreciated and allow for more content to be created. What the next chapter holds. Greetings, Dr. Moses. It's been a while. An unwelcome guest visited me. An associate fixer in Section 2 of the 7th Southern Branch, and my former assistant, Heejun. Their eyes are just as arrogant as I remember. Oh my god, it's Yon Hajun Paradox Live, and he's a fixer in Section 2! Anyways. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. The soup kitchen scene made me hungry, but we're only an hour in. This is so not Sigma, guys. Oh. I just felt my back crack. I'm so old, bruh. Greetings, Dr. Moses. It's been a while. An unwelcome guest visited me, an associate fixer in Section 2 of the 7th Southern Branch, and my former assistant, Heejun. Their eyes are just as arrogant as I remember. Must feel good to be playing the big leagues way above me, doesn't it? Oh no, not at all. Hello, Heejun Sonbei. Ezra, you tactless dork. I hope you realize how much they're looking down on us by now. What are you doing here, heading north all the way up here from the south part of the city? It must be a complete mess down there with Elcor collapsing. You're sharp as always, Doctor. I'm actually here because of that. What? Look, I'm just too old to get myself involved with the wings. The distortion. You can still see it, right? I would have closed this office otherwise. I wonder how I appear to you then. Snobby prick, always asking questions I'm not comfortable with. Well, your mouth is sewn up, it seems. Perhaps because it's actually going to be zipped up is soon enough. I actually can't see their face at all, other than their two eyes floating in the air. Haha, you haven't changed at all. Don't you need some funds? Do I look like I'm in a financial crisis? Then why else would you be doing work as silly as the Distortion Detective? I see. It's because you still can't forget about what you did back then. You still regret that, don't you? That's enough! Shut up, Heejun Sonbei! Ezra grabbed Han Heejun by the collar. The uncanny smile in their eyes still wouldn't go away. Let them speak on. Yeah, another them, let's go! It's me. I'm actually Han Heejun in the real. Ezra and I were the only ones to survive your rampage that day. You are essentially responsible for our lives, Doctor. What do you want me to do? Bite my tongue and die? I can't have you die on us so easily, no. You still owe us so much debt. Get to the point. Why did you come all the way here from the south? Might burp soon again. Hold on. Did you guys know that octonauts, not octonauts, did you guys know that what's it called? The fish burp in order to increase like their elevation. Fish burp in order to get like to gain height in the water. You know? Okay, no one cares, Red. Okay. I want you to head down there for a while. The Southern Branch is dealing with troubling incidents that are suspected to be cases of the distortion. They said what thing did I say? Octonauts? Burp? Fish? What did I say? I'm just enthusiastic about environmental science. Okay, use your ability, Doctor, and please stop with your shabby attempts to solve your cases. All we want is a distortion manifesting in its hole. Don't try to restore them. Just leave them be until they fully distort. Huh? Fish. You guys want to hear more fun fish facts? There's this prehistoric marine animal. I forgot what it's called, but they look like squids with wizard hats. They look like squids with wizard hats. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the names of them. So they're somewhere in my files. I like wizard hat fish. Wizard hat fish. You guys want to see wizard hat fish? Can we have more fish fun facts? Yes! I love fish and fun facts and fish and fun facts. Oh my god, me and my files not filing properly. Let's see. What the balls? Where is it? It should be here. Here, unless no, it's not where I thought it would be. Let's go up here. La 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 la. La 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 la. They have wizard hats. What are they called? Plectronoceras. Plectronoceras. You guys want to see pictures of plectronoceras? They're really good. They're really good. I'm gonna drink my drink. 1 second. Ahem. Wait, guys, look, plectro. Look, they're like squids with wizard hats. Look at them. They're squids with wizard hats. Are they like wizard hat squids? Anyways, like, come on, guys, look, wizard hat squids. Okay, that's enough of that. No one cares about the wizard hat squids. I care about the wizard hat squids. This place is nuts. Yeah. Okay. What is this? 7 into human experiments now? I suppose you could put it that way. I reserved 2 warp tickets. Not the warp tickets. Am I broken? I'm not broken. I'm enthusiastic about fish. I could never be broken. As long as fish exist in the world, I will remain swaggin' and poggin'. I'm fish. Departing from Encore's nest in 2 months, so take the train and visit our associate office once that time comes. Is it a request directly assigned from the 7 Association? Yes, it's an urban nightmare class. You're free to deny it, of course. You don't care too much about belonging to associations after all. But you might be able to meet a certain person at the end of this request. Show more funny fish, please. I've got you! Hold on. I forgot how to spell it, but it's like Dunkel-ostius. It's like, they look so funky, them Dunkel-ostiuses. Hold on. You know, the Octonauts made this one look a lot cuter. I'm not gonna lie, but this is the Dunkel-ostius. Dunkel-ostius. It's pretty cool looking though. It's like all armored and stuff. The Octonauts made it look like it was a goldfish. I'm not gonna lie. That sure is a fish, right? It's a fish. Wait. Octonauts. Dunkel-ostius. No, wait. Then what was the one I read? That's not what it looked like in the book I read. What? Hold on. Octonauts and the big goldfish. Yeah! Octonauts and the growing goldfish. Yay! I love fish. Okay. and for those who don't know, Saka Bambaspis. Look at these guys. They're so good. Look, they're so stupid looking. I love them. There's a whole song about this. I almost sang it, but then someone I don't like sang it. Just kidding. It wasn't because someone I don't like sang it. It's because full on covers get really bro when it comes to me in my head. So that's why I don't put out as many covers as I could. Haha. Look at these guys. Like why do they look like that? Why are they bored like that? How did they bruh? You know, how do they exist. Like, aren't they just, they're just like the greatest. Ooh, what's this? Oh. These are like, this is biology. Lame, I only like tectonic plates. Oh my god, look at these guys. OMG. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys, I love prehistoric fish. This turned into the fish stream and I love it. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? You came here looking for society and commentary on society, and me low-key distorting because reasons, and then you came out with fish. You got fish knowledge. Isn't that great? I love fish, guys. Oh my god, I love the Octonauts. We should first membership stream is gonna be us watching the Octonauts movies. We're gonna watch the Octonauts movies. We're gonna watch the Octonauts movies, and when we watch the Octonauts movies, we're all gonna come out saying, "Those who go into the cenote never come out of the cenote." Octonauts is so peak. I know, right? Octonauts is so peak. Yeah. Imagine coming here looking for like actual information about Project Moon, and then you come out with Octonauts knowledge. Octonauts knowledge, and you learn how to read like air mass diagrams. Are we coming out of the closet? I've been out of the closet, but people like to pretend I'm not out of the closet and shove me back in there and be like, "What's up, Missy?" And I'm like, KYS. But anyways, let's see. So take the train. Is it a request directly assigned from the Seven Association? Yes, it's an Urban Nightmare class. You're free to deny it, of course. You don't care too much about belonging to associations after all, but you might be able to meet a certain person at the end of this request. Leave the tickets here and sod off. I look forward to seeing you, Doctor. Hee-Jun left, once again smirking with her eyes. Hazra, throw some salt out the door or something. We don't have any salt in the office, though, so should I go buy some? You know what, I gotta buy some. I knew this day would come. The office feels like a devastated war zone after that snob swept by. I keep smoking until the evening, fighting the memories of my past. You know, Ezra, you look, not Ezra, Moses looks really good being 49 and a smoker, and like also a war veteran. Ezra, bring me a map of the city. Yes, Chief. But we don't have an officially printed map here. One sec, please. I'll try drawing one up. She's passionate in weird areas, and that's what makes her fit to be my assistant, and also my wife. But no one heard that. Here it's done. I made it using Picture Store. You called this a map? Well, it works. Wow, look at this official map of the city. Isn't it great? Look at this very lovely map. I love cartography. Moses is really pretty. I love Moses. How many fish can fit in there? That's gotta be at least like 12 fish, I wanna say. At least 12 fish. So obviously by the map we can see here, this is the temperature, and this is the dew temperature, and this is the pressure measured in MB. I forgot what MB stands for. It's not megabytes because that's something else. And something, I don't know, it had a really funny name. And then over here you can see that the clouds are overcast, and because of all of this information we can deduce that there is a cold front coming in. A smoke weatherhead. Oh my gosh, looks like something I drew at kindergarten. What are you talking about? Then that means you are a very, very talented kindergartner, you know? Very talented, because look at this peak drawing. City's like the size of Switzerland or something, right? I think so. It's really small and crowded, which is why it kind of sucks doing anything there. Okay. We live in District 14. I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Which belongs to N-Core's Nest. Taking a warp train is the only feasible way to get to District 11 and K-Core's Nest. 14, Sweet, they're going over here. N-core and K-core. Isn't that interesting? I frankly want nothing to do with the white tie fixtures in this house, but at the end of the day, I have no choice but to go. All because I committed an irreversible misdeed. 2 months later, huh? Hey, Junsunbei said this was related to L-core. Then why aren't we just going straight to District 12 where L-core used to be? I heard L-core's nest has already fallen into absolute anarchy. They probably called us to stay in a safe place that's relatively close to it. The warp platform in L-core's nest likely stopped operating anyways. Detective, are you really gonna try? Stop. Me and my impeccable reading skills. Detective, are you really gonna drop solving distortions once we get there? Are we just gonna kill them? That's not up to me to decide. It'll depend on the severity of the distortion. But what if we ran into a distortion that could be reversed if we tried? We can think about that later. There's still time, so let's do our work as usual for now. Got it. I'll fetch your next request. Blah 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 blah. Next chapter. Whoa, detective, is this a distortion too? I can't believe this. It seems it's time to update my information on the distortion phenomenon. Keep it together, detective. We got a friend for now. Pig cinema. Cartography is my passion. You know what's funny? I noticed this like a few minutes ago, but the stream chat like on the overlay, like I'm moving you guys around right now. You guys like actually update faster on here than in like the pop out I have, which is really funny. I think I don't know why that is, but yeah. It's been a week since Han Hee-jun stirred up a storm in my head. There's no point in being ambivalent about going there. I know that I have no other option. What am I agonizing for then? Detective, this request is about high school. As was spoken in cheery tone as usual. A scroll? Was it requested by its faculty or their principal? No. This student here is our client. Hello, my name is Meryl. The girl shyly standing behind Ezra introduced herself. One of her legs is composed of numbers. I read a book about this. I don't know if I can mention it. The book itself. It's a very controversial book. Not in like a Lolita way controversial. Although if anyone's actually read the book, they would realize, hey, this shouldn't be as controversial. You guys did make an aquarium. Oh my gosh! Here I am about to talk about like more society and more problems with the world, and you guys made an aquarium. Yay! Wait. I want to join. I want to make a. No, why is it putting paper, mama? Why is it putting just paper, bruh? Hold on. Fish! Yay! Oh my gosh! Fish! Yay! We made an aquarium! Yeah! This is so exciting. Guys. We made an aquarium. Aquarium. Here I am about to talk about a very controversial topic that if I wasn't demonetized by now, not that I am monetized in the first place, I would definitely get demonetized for this. Haha. Censorship. Anyways, numbers reminds me about this book I had to read for my Asian literature class about a certain topic I shan't name, but it is it has to do, the word itself has to do with an Undertale path you can take where you fight Sans. Yep, that's the most I think I can say on that about that before YouTube strikes me down as like, how dare you? We are a family-friendly platform, even though it's not a family-friendly platform, and there's a lot of issues with YouTube, but haha, they have a monopoly on video streaming, so what do I know? Anyways, I'm getting demonetized. I'm preemptively getting demonetized. Isn't this great? Anyways, Meryl. The girl shyly standing behind Ezra introduced herself. One of her legs is composed of numbers. What's your school? I'm not sure if a student from the back streets even has enough money to make a request to our office. Detective, actually, she's a client. I mean, a student from a private high school inside Encore's nest. A student from a private school in the nest. The allowance these kids regularly get from their parents should be more than enough to pay us. I'm willing to play with those rich kids in their little detective games as long as the request fee is paid. So, what problem does our young client want us to solve? Actually, something strange is happening in our school. An important exam is ahead of us and everyone's on edge preparing for college admissions. High school students in the nest should aim for universities in the nest as a matter of course. The college scholastic ability test, held in most nests every year. This one exam determines a myriad of things. Getting low scores and going to a college in the backstreets won't do you any good. So, backstreets do have colleges. Huh. Entering any college in the nest is pretty much the baseline requirement for joining a wing. So the strange events happening in the school must be disturbing your studies, and you want us to resolve it, right? It's not just about my grades, my friends got weird, the whole school is weird. The students and the teachers too. We need you to let us know what kind of strange occurrences are taking place before we can be of any help. They won't go back home at all. The classes won't end. All of the students? Yes, all of them. What about you? Only I could escape. I was in a classroom when I came to my senses. It was past midnight. A teacher was watching us from the front of the class, and all my friends were absorbed in study, solving problems in workbooks. Aren't parents worried about their children not coming back home? Ezra asked, confused by the apparent strangeness. It's, pardon my pronunciation. It's Sunung. CSAT. Soon enough. Our school's average scores for the mock test made it the top 10 in our nest. Parents must have been okay with however the school treated their kids as long as their grades were improving. How long has this anomaly been going on? The last thing I remember before I lost myself was 2 months ago. It was the day when the school announced that they're making a scholarship class. They said students with the highest grades would be selected. A distortion that has lasted for 2 months. We should go there and see what's going on ourselves. Ezra, we're heading into the nest. Yes, Chief. I'll get the fixer license and the association certificate. I don't really feel like staying in Encore's nest any longer than necessary. A place full of buildings painted in pure white. I'd end up going crazy in no time if I lived there. The Squire's 5-story school building is also in white. Through the white gate is a white schoolyard. The school is dead silent, then something foreign catches my eye. A red number floating on the rooftop of the school. 5. Meryl, what is that number on top of the school building? That shows how many days are left until this year's final mock exam. It's painted in a menacing blood red. But detective, the number's white, just like the rest of the school though. It's a distortion. Red liquid drips from the number sign. Are there any procedures for us outsiders to take before entering? There are, but I don't think anyone cares right now. When we enter the school building, a noise can be heard. Scritch. Scratch. The noise grows louder and more fervent. Scratch. It hurts my head. What is this grating noise? It's the sound of students in each class solving problems on worksheets. They press the pencils against paper so hard when they write. I look through the windows of a class designated 1-7. 40 students had their heads fixed inches above their desks, only their heads moving briskly. What do those students look like to you, detective? Amalgamations of numbers in school uniforms. Yeesh! That means the distortion has progressed by a lot, right? They're pretty much distorted already. What do you mean by distorted? That means the strange events you described are happening in real life. Something showed up from the end of the corridor. It was a moving wall big enough to blockade the corridor completely. Rich kid student from Nest, Sinclair. And red, as in red mist. 5, red, I'm distorting. Missed a few scritches. I think I should head to bed. There's a lot going on. Oh my gosh, aquarium, yay! Good night. Good night. Well, we will continue reading. I might end quite early because my voice do be getting, you know, because words and reading 5 chapters out loud. Teehee. I might end, let's see, we'll try to get to 10. I think maybe I'll end at like 7. Like chapter 7. So yeah, good night, by the way. Warning! Warning! Students who do not study will face disciplinary action. Detective, it's a distortion, I can see it too. A formula is written on the wall. A distortion made of math problems. This world is never short of oddities, isn't it? This one seems to be a calculus problem. Ezra, can you solve that problem for us? No. Why did I even bother asking? Accounting is the only kind of calculation she's good at. How about you, Meryl? I'm more of a humanities major. Behind us is a dead end. We have to break through anyhow. All we have to do is solve that math problem on the wall, but no one is up for it. Guess it's up to me now. I took up my ballpoint pen and wrote down an answer on the approaching wall. Wrong answer. You will attend supplementary lessons. Now. Knew it. The wall pressed against us. So this is how it ends. I should get someone smarter to be my assistant next time. My consciousness fades. When I woke up, I found myself sitting at a desk in the classroom wearing the school's uniform. Students around me are still busy solving problems on their worksheets. How much time has passed? A red number 30 floats at the center of the class. The last one I saw read 5. Does that mean we traveled back to the past? Could this be a case of the distortion that can reverse the flow of time? A sudden burst of force pressed my head from behind. My face was slammed right into the desk. Solve the problems. An oppressive voice ordered me. I skimmed through the worksheet on my desk. Number 17. Blending 3 humans in a mixer generates 10 units of energy. Given these conditions, what is the optimal solution to dismember 2 humans to generate 15 units of energy? 23.
Chol-Su wants to be an artist. The wing Chol-Su has to go to does not need any artists. Given these conditions, how many dreams should Chol-Su kill? 45. There is a cube composed of minuscule humans. The cube factory must meet a certain quota each day. An eyeball can be squeezed for a hexagon. When O is the outer center of the left eye, how many right eyes are needed to make a cube with side lengths that are 4 meters long? A distorted school giving out distorted problems. They must constantly print out meaningless problems that will be solved without any significance. Detective, I don't know what any of these are saying. Ezra's seat was right next to mine. She's looking right at me, her face on the verge of tears. I barely lift my head and look at the number again. 17, so that was in minutes, not days. Let's wait until the exam starts. Just write down random things on the worksheet for now. Got it. A voice could be heard again. You have 10 minutes until the mock exam starts. You must strive to solve as many problems as possible. This is all for the sake of your future. The problems you solve now will be your weapons later in life. The number reached 0. Dun 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 dun. Commencing the mock exam. With that announcement, the school crumbled. All that remained were the students on a white plane. Then a tall staircase rose from the middle of the field. A trophy was placed on top of it. The exam has begun. Detective, is this a distortion too? I can't believe this. It seems it's time to update my information on the distortion phenomenon. Keep it together, detective, we gotta run for now. Man, these questions led to Cromer. You were right. Sinclair turned out, quote unquote, fine. I wonder what would happen if Sinclair's entire school distorted. Not that I think they would have distorted, because they seemed pretty content with everything. They seemed pretty content, but at the same time, like, I don't know, maybe there were other people like Sinclair and Cromer who were like, man, this place sucks balls. I hate the school, and I hate prosthetics and technology. Rah! Like, there was Damien, but he was like a special case. He was pulling out the whole Cain and Abel thing, but without actually mentioning Cain and Abel, because the Bible doesn't exist in the city. No, but if I was studying in Korea, I'd distort too. So true. I'm glad for my American education, even if it's not the best, because I also live in one of the worst states for education. Haha. Every day I stream, I'm just kind of like doxing myself on the low. But it's okay. Like, who cares? I'm like, what, 700th? I'm like 700th on the list of EN VTubers. Who cares, you know? It appears that a massive world of its own can be created when the interests and desires of a large group of people coincide. This is my first time seeing a distortion occur at this scale. Mass distortion. This entire school is distorted. No, it's not the school building itself. Every student in it is distorted. All the students run toward the staircase, trying to climb up it. Some try to nail down the students ahead of them, while others push away the students behind them. The numbers add and subtract each other. They multiply and divide by each other. Decimal points pour out of their bodies. This is a war zone for a very vicious battle. A war where everyone recognizes each other as numbers. No other words are needed. In this scene of numerical violence, they must add to themselves and divide others. The problems they've solved so far become weapons to kill each other. When a student assaults another with numbers, the numbers on the victim's head fall off. So they're mathletes, but in the most literal sense. The number of students won't attack us. Perhaps lowly numbers sitting at the bottom of the staircase like us aren't worth our attention. Hey fixers! I'm up here! It's Meryl. Her distortion progressed much more in the short span of time we were separated from her. She was already halfway to the top of the stairs. Meryl, you should come back down here! Ezra yelled. Meryl, there's no reason to climb those stairs. This is a war, a gamble, fighting against each other with knowledge and grades on the line. If you don't climb the stairs, you'll be safe from it. No, I'll stay here. We all agreed on this to decide who gets to advance to the scholarship class. Meryl replied, killing other students. You're taking part in this massacre. I'm already halfway there, though. I can go farther. A 7 struck Meryl's head out of nowhere. The numbers in Meryl's head scattered about as she fell to the floor. Thud, thud, thud. I can hear the sounds of numerous students hitting the floor. The noises of students killing each other. Ezra has turned away from the sight, looking at the floor. I silently continue to watch the staircase. This is like a really fucked up version of Danganronpa. Not to say Danganronpa like isn't fucked up, but this is like if Danganronpa was a tad more serious. A student with a giant number for her head reached the top of the stairs at last. The exam is over. Knowledge and grades will be redistributed to students based on how high they are on the staircase. The top 20% will be designated as the scholarship class and receive the honor of representing our school. With a flash, the school returned to normal. The students were all in their seats as if nothing happened. I can see Meryl among them. Meryl, are you alright? As I ran toward Meryl to check on her. Meryl gave us a blank stare, muttering meaningless words. She's had everything taken from her. This is absurd. It was a consequence of Meryl's own choice. There's no need for you to feel guilty about it. But let's just head back. We couldn't solve this distortion. We can't expect to solve every problem in the world. I took out my pipe from its inner coat pocket. Why are distorted people all so irrational? They're all too extreme. They distort because their minds are driven into a corner. That impatience leads to leaps in their logic. Just like mentally ill people, but nobody cares about that because it's all in their head, they say. And so that's why the distortion, when it becomes physical, that's when people actually start to give a shit. But when it's mental or it looks like it's a good thing, nobody cares. Society! We've talked about fish in aquariums, and now here we are talking about how mental health is treated like shit in society. I'm saying this from experience. Tee-hee. Remember, kids, no one will care until it's physical. Which is why you need to care about everyone. And I don't mean this in like a weird satire, like sarcastic way. I really do mean please care about your people, the people around you more. Because genuinely, people effing suck. And you never know what's going on. So, yep, that's what you should take out from this. 40% of the school's graduates are said to be living in seclusion, having failed to enter any college. However, the scholarship class demonstrated an unprecedented amount of successful admissions to prestigious universities, bringing the school fame and many more inquiries for entrance. The students who have successfully climbed up the stairs, killing each other, will grow into the feathers of the wings. Fluttering those wings, the city soars. Any subscriptions or finances, what the next chapter holds. We're shopping at the workshop district today. That means we can also eat outside, right? We're not going there for leisure. I know. Our purpose of visit is to request the workshops for equipment and gadgets we need in our office. Oh my gosh, they're going shopping. Wow. We have 1 month until we leave for District 11. I've accepted taking Han Hee-jun's offer to be an effective truth at this point, and I imagine it will be a long trip. We might never come back, even. We're shopping at the Workshop Boulevard today. That means we also get to eat outside, right? We're not going there for leisure. I know. Our purpose of visit is to request the workshops for the equipment and gadgets we need in our office. Ezra spoke with excitement. This could be our very last chance to shop. I know that too. We gotta leave in a month. You can stay here if you want to. I just can't let you eat all the treats down there by yourself, though. The workshops in the boulevard treat various necessaries. I almost read necessities, and then I was like, no, it's necessaries. And then I started reading necessities again, and well, they eat soup. I hope they buy soup. I hope they don't go looking for clothes in the soup store. And supplies, as well as equipment for fixers. Therefore, it's important to pick the right workshops according to your needs. Of course, workshops try to advertise themselves as well. Some become known through word of mouth. Despite how complicated it can be to navigate the products at a workshop, I don't expend any effort toward looking for adequate workshop goods myself. My assistant Ezra here is a maniac for workshop products. She seems to have a peculiar tendency to prefer more expensive workshops, but she does a lot of research on various gears and gadgets, and the ones she purchases end up being quite reliable. She's pretty much stuffed her own personal collection of gadgets in the dimensional bag by now. Detective! The workshops I frequent are all sold out or out of request slots. I wonder what's up. I don't know. Maybe the fingers are out wreaking havoc on some place we haven't seen. So, have you failed to get any of the equipment we wanted? Yepper, I have. We're not gonna get the gadgets in time if I request for them any later, Ezra mumbled. I walked the streets, believing that things will still work out somehow. Detective, behind us! Yes, a bunch of new citizens are after us. Could they be from a syndicate? Maybe an office of fixers, or perhaps a wing. Whichever they may belong to, they're all essentially the same. They want to extract information from me. Well, to have a friendly chat with the fellows following us into the streets like this, we need to go deeper into the alleys. We slowly walk through the complex alleyways, intertwined like a maze. Steel doors are lined up on the walls, guarding residences that don't appear to be well maintained. The time is noon. The noise of pedestrians fades away while the footsteps of our pursuers become louder. We'd arrived at a dead end, an empty lot. This is our favorite spot for conversations, an obscure corner in the streets with no witnesses. And even if a witness were to exist, they wouldn't be able to go anywhere from here. Now, what could you be wondering about, friends? So much as to follow us all the way out here. I took out my pipe from its inner coat pocket and held it between my lips. That's a lot of people. I'm seeing around 30 of them. They're all wearing green suits. The distortion doesn't seem too bad. All of them are holding weapons like bats and knives. One in a green fedora walks up to us and starts speaking.
Are you Moses, the fixer from Cookie Street? She lives on Cookie Street? That's so cute. That's so cute. I love that. Yes, I am. I answered with a smile. We'd like to purchase that long smoking pipe you're carrying. This was unexpected. Someone already has intel on my pipe? For how much? Ezra asked with sparkling passion in her eyes. 100 million on. Nay, this thing's worth at least 500 million. There's no way we're negotiating for a price that low, right, detective? Ezra said in a rather disappointed tone. Not even 500 million on could buy it. This is essentially part of me, you see. I never fathomed the idea of selling it to anyone. Who told you about this pipe, by the way? That's unfortunate. We were looking forward to a graceful trade. The one in the fedora walked back and blended into the group. Ezra, can you handle them all on your own? Yes, Chief! Ezra yelled as she put her dimensional bag on the ground. Street combat load out! Load out! Ah! Blah 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 blah. Bro thinks he's Dare Freischütz. Imagine that. Bro's got that really terrible Freischütz cosplay. Let's see. In response to Ezra's command, the Nestor hammer flew into her hand as she got equipped with Alice Workshop gloves. The group of 30 people started charging at us all at once. Ezra blocks off the cramped passage to the empty lot by herself as she takes on the gang one by one. Alice Workshop gloves can accelerate the movement of her hands by 5 times the velocity. Activating the glove, she swings her Nestor hammer, a small one-handed hammer suited for combat in confined spaces such as the alleyway we're in right now. The hammer is capable of delivering impact to a large area of the object its head comes into contact with. When the Nestor hammer hits one hood-living green with such accelerated force, it punches a wide hole through his chest. She violently swings her other hand to crush the jaw of another ruffian rushing at her. She breaks the bones and smashes the flesh of one mobster at a time, but not even her superior physique could impede all of them from getting through the passage. Most of all, Ezra is not being serious in the first place. Please take care of the ones I missed, detective. I'm cutting your salary. What? I let out a crimson-red breath. The smoking pipe emitted a scarlet glow before assuming the shape of a sword. I grabbed its handle and prepared to talk. I positioned myself and stabbed the blade into the neck of a thug running at me. Blech. With elegance and composure in every step, I puncture a red hole in the body of each gangster coming at me. The strong scent of blood soon filled the alleyway and the lots. Detective! That fedora guy is trying to run away! Ezra yelled at me, her body covered in blood. I breathed a violet breeze into my pipe. The pipe began flailing around as it elongated. It soon shifted into a whip with purple thorns growing out of it. I lashed out my pipe to snatch the ankle of the person in the fedora. They stumbled and fell flat on their face into a pool of blood. Ezra drags the fallen mobster and drops them in front of me. Tell me, who gave you the information about my pipe? I was trying to avoid using it too often so I wouldn't draw unnecessary attention. I'm afraid I can't say. Ezra, go have some nice heart-to-heart talk with this fellow. Leaving the interrogation to Ezra, I smoked alone and the empty lot. Not so long after, Ezra came back with a person whose face was now mashed pretty badly. Detective, this one seems to have a lock in their brain or something. I can't get them to spill the beans no matter what I do. I lifted the head of the mobster and took a look at the back of their head. The tiny logo of J-Corps is branded on it. Indeed, it's locked with a singularity. The client must have spent quite a bit of money. Still, there's a way as long as it's not the more expensive type. I exhaled a white puff through the pipe. The smoke coils around the mobster's body. Now take a deep breath in. They began to tremble as they inhaled the smoke. You're not acting out of your own will anymore. You're obeying my will. The lock will obstruct your thoughts no longer. They slowly began to speak at last. Yuria Atelier wanted to study the mechanisms of that pipe. Said it's okay for us to kill as long as he brought the thing. Ezra's eyes were wide open, shocked by what she just heard. Ezra, do you know anything about Yuria Atelier? Of course! It's premium workshop only accessible to people with their membership. It's probably one of the top 10 workshops in District 14, I think. The workshop maniac's eyes sparkled as she gave me the explanation. Then, why couldn't we join that membership? The conditions are a bit tricky. I don't think they'll accept us. They want to study the mechanisms of my smoking pipe, huh? I'm interested in learning how this thing works as well. Do you think that workshop could provide us with the gear we need? Yeah, you bet. They must certainly have the skills. Ezra, lead me to this Yuria Atelier. Let's say hello to whoever tried to get us killed and take this thug with us, just in case. What the next chapter shows. This place is a real piece of work. No wonder we couldn't be invited to that membership. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this much. Blarp. Teehee. Report. Moses and Ezra. Oh. 7 Association Picture Officer Report. 182231. Author, Han Hee-jun, Moses' office. They handle mysterious and unsolved cases. She's so pretty! She's so pretty! Kia! Cute names in Project Moon make me feel concerned. Just look at Love Town. We don't talk about Love Town.
I mean, what's a love town? No, I've never heard of such a thing. Love town's not real. Trust. I love the reflections on her shirt, by the way. Like the lighting, that's good. Also, just in general, she is so pretty. She is so pretty. Amen. Project Moon and woman. Amen. Moses. 49. I remember the first time I read this, I was like freaked out. I was like, no way, she's 49. But no, she's 49. Female. 7 association. Grade 5 fixer. She is freaking short. I don't know. Like, personally, when I look at her, I think maybe like 5'3", 5'4". No, she's 5'1". Hobbies. Closing her eyes and indulging in deep thought. Cleaning her smoking pipe. Specialties. Concentration. Quick wits. Birthday. November 30th. Likes. Tobacco. Spending time calmly immersed in thought. Dislikes. Whiners. Impatient people. Noise. Ezra! Yay! 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 She's so cute. She's so cute. I love her. Ezra. 28. Female. 7 association. Grade 3 fixer. Oh, she's higher than Moses. I never realized that. She's also 6'2". Funny. Hobbies. Collecting workshop weapons. Snacking on cookies while the detective isn't looking. I wonder if the street they live on has a lot of cookie shops. They live on Cookie Street. Like, that's a good name for a street. Request fee negotiations. Hectic brawling. January 27th. Likes. Oh god, that's a lot. Expensive and powerful weapons. Sweets such as sugary coffee and cake. Small animals. Houses. Ham pung pungs. Mustard sandwiches. Dislikes. Waiting for Moses to finish thinking. It's understandable. Flowers. She's allergic to them. She's so cute. Guys, she's so cute. Oh my gosh. I just noticed her hair ties. A star. That's so cute. She's so cute. I love Ezra. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, me and my type in woman. While you guys are over there screaming about like hags and whatever and having your cringe discourse about whatever, I'm sitting here with my warm image color tall woman, and I'm like, oh yeah, Ezra, Ishmael, Rodia, hell yeah, I'm having a good time. Do you think Ezra and Dawn would be friends? I feel like they could. Like, even with like the age difference of Dawn being like, I don't know what, 30 something, 40 something even. Like, even with the age difference, they could absolutely be friends. Like, you got blonde workshop nerd, and then you got blonde fixer nerd. Like, oh my gosh. Dude, Dawn, actually thinking about it, Dawn would love Ezra. If they got to talk more, Dawn would love Ezra. She'd be like, oh my gosh, you're a grade 3 fixer, that's so cool. And then Ezra would like look at her weapon and be like, wow, your weapon sucks balls. No, she wouldn't. Maybe, I don't know. She'd be like, whoa, you guys have a funky little bus here. Whoa, workshop, is this from a workshop? This is crazy. OMG, whoa. I would fangirl about color fixer weapons, I bet. You're right, to be fair, color fixer weapons, those things look so insane. I'm thinking specifically, I don't know. The only one I can remember properly is Argalia's, but like that's Argalia's. Dawn is how old? Old. Like, if we're talking source material, Don Quixote is in his like 50s or something. He's like 50s, 60s. He's an old man. But considering like Project Moon does change the ages, and also part of the reason Don Quixote is as impactful as it is because it is an old man. And also Don Quixote, the Limbus character, it's implied that she's definitely not as like, she's definitely old. Mimicry is also like a really sick weapon. Honestly, all the ego weapons like in Lobcore, spectacular. I feel like Vermilion Cross has one of the most interesting color fixer weapons besides from the Red Mist. My memories from Library of Runa are so like cloudy because I only like look through story cutscenes instead of playing the game. I sat through 14 hours of story cutscenes. Haha. 'Tis the best day in a while.
Bro, the weapon sucks. True, that is how they would be. Don Quixote, I feel like Don Quixote, she would go, if she knew about the distortion detective, like at all, I don't think she would, because like they said, the distortion phenomenon isn't exactly like the most well known, at least at the time distortion detective is happening, which is before Limbus Company, because you know they're not working in Limbus Company just yet. I feel like if like Don Quixote would absolutely go insane over them if this office was a little more popular and distortions were like more of a problem, but they weren't. But who knows, Don Quixote, like fixer nerds, I imagine they would know like every single thing about like even like smaller fixers. So shrug. Hey Naz. Anyways, I'm gonna end now. I am hungry, and yeah, I'm really hungry, and I gotta like do my quizzes on meteorology. Teehee. So no more Octonauts today. No more Octonauts talk. No more fish talk. Maybe one day we'll go back to fish talk. Let's see. What else was I thinking? I'm thinking of maybe just having Thursdays be YouTube stream days, because we haven't gotten through Distortion Detective. I'm being thwarted by my own hunger. No more Project Moon literacy. I've forgotten how to read now. Guys, the reading comprehension distortion. It's attacking. We should make that. We should make like a fan-made distortion called the reading comprehension distortion. That's kind of like the bunkie, and they just kind of like they like smack themselves onto your head and like read any they take away any critical thought. Logical fallacies, never heard of her. Sarcasm on the internet, literally just people's bios that state how to interact with them, never heard of them. Reading was never real in the PM space. Very true. Very true. Some dude throws a book at you, you suddenly forget how to read. You look at the book and you're like, this book says sparkle sparkle, teehee. Man, I really do wonder why the hell Project Moon fans can't read, or at least like, I don't know, I've met a decent amount of Project Moon fans who are not what I expect the Project Moon fan base to be. And this was before like the Roblox influence. I'm serious about this, by the way. Not to be back in my day, but back in my day. Yeah. I don't know, it's weird. Like, have you guys seen any of the discourse that's been occurring in recent, like, even in just the past year? It's like, dang, how are you people acting like this? And how are you people acting like this? There's so many, like, different extremes, and while I'm not saying, like, being totally neutral or, like, being in the center of it all is, like, the solution, I am saying that, with a series like this, where quite literally everything is a metaphor, or at least some kind of allusion to how terrible the situation is emotionally, like societally, everythingly in real life, you would think maybe people would take their time to maybe like listen to others, or at least not have really shitty opinions and preferences. But here we are. Anyways, isn't that funny? Yeah, but that's for another day. I don't want to get involved in Project Moon creator drama. I already got canceled last year for making a Gregor Thirst post. Project Moon is actually trying to make the city real. Trust. Who's to say that it isn't? Who's to say that? We are getting there. At the rate things are going, we are getting there. And Project Moon fans are going to be ground zero the way things are progressing. Like, God, media literacy all over the place. You have people who are like so close, but then they're just like not as empathetic as they could be. And so that, like, even though they are on the right place morally, then maybe they're just kind of like, bruh, like, why are we trash talking 14-year-olds? That's pretty bad. Like, why are you, a 27-year-old, like shit talking a 14-year-old? Not to like call people out on Twitter, but basically Twitter sucks. Anyways, Hum Hum Pong Pong has already broken into our dimension. We need more Hum Hum Pong Pongs. I want to go to Hum Hum Pong Pong one day. That would be so fun. Can I be a color fixer? Can I be the red California burger? Bro is going to become the CEO of In-N-Out. Bro is going to buy In-N-Out. Like the entire franchise. I haven't had In-N-Out for a while. I kind of want In-N-Out. No, wait, I had In-N-Out like a few weeks ago. I had a milkshake though. I don't know if that counts. God, now I want burgers. God, I'm so American. I'm gonna end this before the American disease takes over. I'm so glad that the freaking, what's it called? Thing didn't get taken out midstream, because that was really awkward last time. In and out core. Yo! That's good. I am going to go consume something because I'm hungry and I need protein in my body because I am way too sedentary. Lol. Yeah, I don't have really anything else tomorrow. Am I streaming tomorrow? I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow, but who knows? Let me look at my schedule. I am streaming tomorrow, bruh. Tomorrow I'm streaming Limbus Company. So I'm actually gonna end for real now. Thank you everyone for coming. Limbus Company will be tomorrow at 8 a.m. same time as today. So that's gonna be fun. We're gonna do more Heathcliff Kanto, and it's gonna be funky, and also on Twitch. Okay, bye everyone. I need to find my ending screen. Bye. Whee! Balls.